All right, looking at BNB here, it's getting absolutely murdered. Haven't looked at this in a little while, but you can see it's the same as the other cryptocurrencies. It took a massive hit. So let's just break this down and see what we got. We'll move these monthly parameters out here. It completely annihilated all these zones. So all of these are irrelevant right now. So we'll delete all these and we'll figure out what we're working with. So currently still very bearish, obviously, way below this moving average. And then it's approaching the 200s way down here. So if we look at a weekly time frame, you can see there's massive resistance in this area. So that might save us a little bit from it going down entirely, completely going down and continuing to go down to the bottom to sub 200s. So we'll see if it gets tied up in this area this week and starts resisting. We'll leave this for now. And then, looking for a possible sell position after this huge move downwards. We can delete these, we'll clean these up. I like the next area of real significance, like if this was to pull back up, would be right here at the bottom of all these lows, all these candles here. But I don't even know if it'll make it back up this high. So my immediate zone as of right now would be right here. Honestly, this is kind of like this is the lowest, most recent liquidity area that price could go to. As you can see, today is just a massive bearish candle into this zone. So we'll see how today closes. I'm gonna mark out this $200 mark just because I think it's important. I know price is a little ways away, but as of right now, this is kind of what I'm focused on, is maybe the $200 marker, that nice whole number, kind of stopping this, because today looks super bearish as well. Like this is a massive candle going into this zone, and I would not be looking to buy this anytime soon. There is I'll draw this out because there is this option, but it's a long ways away if it's even possible. So we can see if price retraced at any time here. No, I'd probably just look at a full retrace, to be honest. If we go to a higher time frame here, I'd be looking for a full retrace of this entire movement. So yeah, it does start up here. So something like this, if price does come down to the $200 marker and it starts creating some sort of resistance, it starts getting bought up, between now and the $200 mark here, I would need significant, and I mean significant, reason to buy this. So price to cross over this 1 hour moving average and then create higher highs and higher lows. That would be crucial. You can see way below the 4 hour, way below the 1 hour, even way below the half hour, even below the 15. So there is no buying momentum in this coin whatsoever. So but we'll see if it gets tied up around the $200 mark, and then a possible retracement trade up to somewhere in this area, this 50% zone, where you can see these previous candle wicks were somewhere in here, right at this 50% zone, and right at about 275 would kind of be the price that I could see this going back up to if it decides to fully retrace. Then that's a big if. If it doesn't decide to retrace, let's delete this for now, and it decides to break the zone and go lower, guys, there's nothing between, well, if it breaks the 200, it might go to 180. That's the only thing. It's the only thing I can kind of see it, 185-ish. That's the only price I could kind of see it getting saved, between 200 and 185. If it breaks this 200, hopefully it gets stuck somewhere between the 200 and the 185, because if you're looking to buy Binance, it's going to be real bad, because there is no support between 185 and 40. So it's going to be straight down most likely if price breaks this zone. So that's kind of what I'd keep in mind. But again, if we do get some buying momentum back into this, if it really depends on the dollar average or the dollar index as well. So if the dollar starts getting weaker it would push these back up a bit. But as of right now, I'm very flat on Binance. I wouldn't want to short this either, because if anything, you would short it from this little zone, but it's not really super significant. And where would you be shorting this to? I mean, you'd possibly be shorting it to like maybe 185 would be, you know, like the most. So like something like this would be a maybe potential. I mean, it would really have to depend on the risk to reward and the structure and like all the candles set up once price got back up to this zone. I just don't see something like that working out well. So personally, I mean, I like the full retracement trade if, you know, keyword being if the bulls come back into the market, it finds resistance in this zone here, or right around this $200 mark, something like that, and then yeah, shooting for that full retrace all the way back up to, you know, 275 would be good. But if not, yeah, I mean, I would probably just leave this for now for a couple reasons. I mean, it's sold off tremendously already, and it's at such a significant zone here now that I don't really want to sell any more into this zone. I think if you were going to sell this, you kind of missed your position. It would have been around, you know, 240 earlier last week, and now it's kind of burnt out most likely. But I mean, if it breaks this zone, like I said, if this week closes below this zone, I would probably consider maybe a massive short, maybe. So we'll check back on this at the end of the week most likely and just see kind of how it's shaping up, because I mean, if it does break this zone, then you're looking for a massive short. But if it starts finding resistance and you get some, you know, you get price to cross over this 1 hour moving average, you get nice big candles coming, especially on the daily. If you got some big daily candles, big daily bullish candles, after, you know, it started wicking, you got higher highs, higher lows in the 1 hour time frame, you got price to cross over on the moving average, all that, you know, together, if you had all those factors, then I consider a full retracement trade that might be worth your while. If the dollar index starts selling off, that would also help tremendously. So that's kind of what I'm looking for Binance, and you know, we'll check back in on this in, you know, towards the end of the week and see how it's closing and see if we got any updates. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, comments. I'd love to answer them.